Okay. Let's start the community meeting. So today is October 11. Uh, so for the we don't have much overall status update. I think we are on the way with V 1.13. Uh, so next for some individual update. Myself is working on some issues, and first of all, I have found some way to make the data more backup pod to be spread evenly, more evenly across node. So this one has been also merged to V 1.12.1. And I'm also working on the design for the component number configurable component number per node for which Velero general data path. That is from my side. And Scott, please.
Yeah, so two PRs, both of which have been out for a while. I think both of them need one more review. First one is performance improvements to restore when the resources already exist. It's using a caching client for that. And the other one is the retry with generate name, where we run into problems where if you have 2,000 or 3,000 resources, then we're using generate name based on the backup name, for example, where we run into collisions. So this PR would put some retry code into place anytime we're using generate name on a create. In both of these cases, they're pretty high priority for us on the Red Hat side. And the first case for the performance improvements, we have end users that are running into a problem with that, and the generate name issue is a problem for our performance testing and scaling testing. So my hope with these is once we get them merged into main is to, if we could consider these for 1.12.1 as well, we can talk about if there's reasons, pro or con there, but because in both cases they're affecting as users for us.
Okay, so yeah, if we want to these two PRs to get into 1.12.11, sorry, point one, we will take them with high priority and merge it soon. And I think for this one, for this one, we have reviewed for one turn, and I think there is no much problem. Maybe we can merge it today, and we will also check this one. And
okay, great. And so once those merge, I will create cherry pick PRs against the release 1.12 branch.
Okay, no problem. Okay, and Shubham, please.
Hi. So I have a PR up regarding an issue we encountered regarding node agent. So whenever we execute a native data mover backup, and if the node agent pod gets restarted, the backup gets stuck in waiting for plugin operations phase. So basically, after debugging, we found out that there is a code block which is not getting executed. So there are two things. First is it checks up for the FS backup and returns from it, and second part is it sets the status as canceling, but the controller is not working on canceling status. So I'm changing that to cancelled, and also processing setting the phase of DUCR to cancel before checking for FS backup. So that would fix the issue, I think.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Uh, I'm still trying to catch up all the discussion or comments for the community issues. So I didn't uh so it's the things like during the task, I think this is one generic test case. So I'm just wondering, is this a generic issue in this scenario or with some special operations?
I think it's pretty generic. And basically,
Yeah.
anytime you restart the node agent, because when you restart the node agent, we set the this is going to set trying to set that operation to cancel when you restart it. But
Yeah.
there are two problems in the code there. One was we're setting to canceling as a phase, but canceling is never used or checked by any of the code. The code always uses canceled. Canceling is only referenced in this file. It sets it here, and nothing else in Velero ever reads, checks, or canceling. So that was one problem. The other problem was that we were exiting from this function too soon because it was trying to call get fs backup, and since it's data mover, there's no fs backup, so it was exiting before it even tried to set it canceling. So even though the operation had the cancel true set to it, it was never getting phase updated. So phase was still running, was still processing, I think, right?
Yep.
So under this state, if the cancel is set, the cancel flag is set, nothing will be executed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and this state happens anytime an in progress, anytime you restart a node agent that has an in progress data upload.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when you restart the node agent, we set the cancel spec.cancel to true, and then this code is supposed to check that. It's in progress. If du.spec.cancel, we're supposed to then set phase to canceled, and that was never happening because we were returning early because the FS backup was nil because it's data, so that was never there. So this PR does two things. It moves that if block to the end, like below. So we always set the phase, and the plugin, for example, when we're waiting for plugin operations, the progress function on that async operation checks, and if it's canceled, then it returns with the message saying it was canceled, and then the backup moves on to completed. But if it's in progress, then the waiting for plugin operations keeps reconciling because it thinks, oh, the phase is still in progress, we're still waiting for it, even though it's never going to finish because it was, the spec.cancel is true. So this code then with the change sets the phase properly to canceled. And so now, and I think Shubham did verified this, restarted the node agent while upload was in progress. And with this change, it properly goes to partially failed.
Okay, but if we set it to cancel directly, there is no way to clean up the intermediate objects like the backup port and backup PVC, right?
There was no code in Velero that I saw that references canceling.
Yeah.
So if you set it to canceling, there's nothing that's cleaning up either. So if there's cleanup that's needed, I don't know if this is the place to put it, but this function was basically it was always returning at the beginning. So basically spec.cancel was true, but the phase was in progress forever because this block never got executed. We never set it to canceled or canceling. And so we didn't clean up, and the backups never finished until timeout was reached.
Yeah. I think I understand the problem. I think that is a general problem.
If there's cleanup needed here, maybe we can comment on the PR and suggest some other, or if that needs to happen somewhere else, I'm not sure. But
yeah.
Let me check this later offline, and maybe I can make some comment on this. I'm not quite sure right now. But if this is a general problem, I think we also need to make this into 1.12.1, right?
Yeah.
I would say so.
Okay, let me add.
Oh, and the other thing is, Shubham, I think you'd said that once we figure out how we're handling this, we need to make a similar change on restore.
Yeah, definitely.
But we wanted to wait until we got this, merged in case there was things that were missing, like we're discussing now. So once we solve the problem for backup, we need to do the same for restore.
Yeah. So the change go with the same PR.
It could go in the same PR, I guess.
Yeah, anything works. If this change is looking same to you guys, we can merge this and I can create a new one. Or if you are suggesting any new approach, then I can combine them in the same PR.
Yeah. Either way is okay, but if we decide to make them into the 1.12.1, we make the both into 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
And I'm working on. I'm almost done with my approaches for extending volume policies action for FS backup and volume snapshots. So I'll create a design PR today itself, most likely.
Okay. Thanks. And Xin, please.
Working on create 1.13 issues and also working on a design for the recording the volume backup information into a new metadata file into the backup repository. And that's all. That's all from my side.
Okay. Thanks. And okay.
I'm working on fix some error plugin related issues and also do some review for the PRs.
Okay. Thanks. And Tiger, please.
Yep. So I had a design up from earlier, hoping to get some feedback from hopefully maybe some VMware folks, if you guys agree. And this week I'm doing community Slack and reviewing some PRs. I did fix some regression I introduced earlier to the GCP plugin. I can link that later, but I think the fix is merged. So
Yeah.
that's it from me.
Okay. So, and for the GCP fixes, is there any PRs need to go into way 1.12.1?
It's a plugin fix.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think there is a cherry pick PR tagger, right, for release 08.
Yeah, I did cherry pick to 1.8 plugin version. But I can link that to.
Cherry pick PR also merged already?
Not
It
yet.
is actually, but
Not yet.
not yet.
But so what is the easy number of
The issue number is 6921.
Okay, then I will add Lego to it so that we will. Okay, so that we can we will create a new patch release for the GB plugin.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. And that is for the update. Some discussion topics. So for myself, I just want to check with everyone. Do we have an idea for a reasonable name or user-friendly name for Velero generic data path? Because I see we have quite some features that will need to set some configuration to this VGDP, and I think in future we may face more and more requirement to set configuration to this VGDP layer. So there is some discussions here, and so we have some candidates like we want to call it like so from myself, it's not a very good idea, but make some original concept like data path operation or like and this one or data mover operation. So for the data path operation, from concept it's reasonable, but it's not a friendly name. That's a problem. And for the data mover operation, the thing is we will change the concept of data mover in Velero, because for the Velero, the data mover may means the features that based on the snapshot data movement design, and it doesn't include the FS backup. But here we want the data mover to include the FS backup. So there is a concept change. So I'm not sure if there is any other options for this one. So Scott and Siobhan, do you understand this question, and do you have any idea?
I mean, it sounds like the question is, if we want to add configuration, what are we going to that applies to all all forms of volume backup?
Yeah.
That's more generic than either, because if it's FS backup specific, then we already have a name for that, and we have the CSI data mover again. But if we want something that applies to like all kinds of volumes, whatever the backup method is, because there's some configuration that's relevant to both. I mean, for example, and I don't know if there's one. I'm trying to think of what other fields we'd have. I mean, the example that you looked at for the 6663, that's specific to configurability of the node agent. So to me, it might be clear that to have that configuration item being node agent specific, because I know that I need the node agent to have so many workers on each node. So, and the scope of that is any operation it's relevant to any operation that uses node agent, which right now means both the CSI data mover and FS backup. But then like the copia, I don't know, I guess even the question of the sparse copia, is that something that's also going to be relevant, for example, for the CSI data mover, because we're still using copia for that?
But it's also relevant to FS backup, right?
Right, because you're using copia, and also possibly if Restic uses the option as well.
Yeah, and for this one, actually, it is also relevant to FS backup and data mover.
Right, but that's why I'm saying this one though, as a configuration option, at least to me, I'm thinking it's almost like you'd want a configuration, for node agent specifically. Whether it's so in terms of what you would call that and where it would go, and as a seems like this is the kind of thing that would end up being might just be a server parameter for the node agent even.
So the logic is like some things concurrent number for one node in the node agent, right? So what is something? Something maybe something is a data path, right? Data path concurrent number for one node in the node agent. Or I'm not sure which one makes more makes more sense. Like as you mentioned, it is just for node agent. So, but I'm not sure. If that is for node agent, so we may miss some. The user may want to know what will we run in parallel, right? So.
Global volume options or something. Global volume mover options.
Volume mover options. volume over.
I'm just spitballing here, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can think about this offline
Yeah.
and discuss it more offline. I understand Scott's idea for this one, and so this one will be a separate consideration from this one. But I'm not quite sure. Let's just discuss offline for this. Yeah. And the next one is from Scott. Scott, please.
Oh yeah, this was just another PR that was already merged to main. It was oh yeah, this was an issue. It's adding the default snapshot move data. I'm just wondering if this is one that we could consider for 112.1 as well. Just because for users that will normally always use data mover or always when they're using when they're doing snapshots, this allows them to specify that at install time so that they don't have to specify snapshot move data for every backup they create. Since it's a usability thing,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it makes sense to cherry pick this one to 112.1 as well.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Let me add to. Okay, no problem. I will make a cherry pick here. And the next one is from Tiger. Tiger, please.
Yeah, just a follow up from I think the last 2 weeks before the holiday. I think we raised this topic on the our email that we drafted to send to Replicated. We haven't sent it yet. We just want to check if you guys have any feedback on or any thoughts on this idea of reaching out so we can get more collaboration between Replicated and Velero.
So you mean the idea for the collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Actually, we indeed discussed this FS port before the holiday, and but not about the I don't know how we'll go with the collaboration, but we make some conclusion for the or consensus locally for the FS port. So that is what two of our major concern for the available solutions like the one that are provided by the Replicated and also some local some solutions during the local discussion. So the two we think 2 points are important. Like one is the first one is we don't think it is acceptable in most of the cases that whenever we add a new BSL, the node agent server need to be restarted. That is for 1 point, and the other point is for the download request server, and we need to make sure that it meets all the compliance requirements from all the stakeholders, including the internal requirements, compliance requirements. So for that we need to I think we need to further discuss how I can make this compliance meet this compliance requirement. I think that is two major points or two major concerns.
I think some of these points are things that are obviously important things to talk through, but if with the the community and if, for example, you know, evolving over time. And maybe this is something that, you know, as another BSL type that, you know, the current version works, but has some downsides, as mentioned here. And then over time, you know, you work with the team that's maintaining that to sort of address these concerns. And maybe, you know, this may even be a list of things, say that we need to solve these things before we can consider this fully supported even. Kind of a path to, just because, again, I think what they have there meets a lot of the needs we have. Like, as you pointed out, it doesn't solve all the problems yet. But if that's a starting point, we might get there a lot sooner than if we were to start over and build this from scratch.
Well, and I think the question is not, is the plugin perfect as is, or if there are any technical challenge. The question at hand is if we can reach out to Replicated to be more, potentially, if they're interested, be more in the Velero community, come to the community meeting. Perhaps we could collaborate on fixing these things. Perhaps we can collaborate on updating their plugin to Copia. Just trying to help grow the VMware Velero community here. I think that's the question at hand. So Lyndon, do you think we know enough to at least say, hey, we like what you did here. We'd like to talk about a couple things with you. Are you interested in joining us?
Okay, I got the point, and for that we didn't we didn't discuss too much before the holiday. I think we can have some local discussion, and but I think we have already sent the email, right?
No, we were waiting for just to be 100% sure you folks were 100% okay with us reaching out. You guys will all be on the email. I think we've added your email addresses. We just wanted to wait.
Okay. Okay. I got the point. So I think there's some misunderstanding. So we all think the email has been sent out. Since not all the members, especially Daniel, is still on holiday, I think we can discuss this further. That out of, as you mentioned, out of the technical point, just some community discussion about the community, and we will get you back. Okay.
Okay. Would it be possible by the end of the week, you think, Lyndon?
I think Daniel will be back next week, so maybe early next week. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think early next week is fine. I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay. We'll discuss later. Okay. Okay, thanks. And any other topics? Okay, then we can finish the meeting today. And thanks for joining. And have a good day and evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.